Good morning, nerds. Let's jump into a arena cube draft. An arena cube draft. Let's be grammatically correct here. We're starting off strong today. And we only got one mythic, but I didn't say we were gonna draft the first mythic. Get out of here. We're not playing those games. But as is, what else would we be grabbing in this? Like Baleful Strix, Tanuk honestly might be my pick here just because of all of the fetch lands, and I love green. Gilded Goose, 1 mana 0/2. When this creature enters, create a food. Sacrifice food, add 1 mana of any color. So it's kind of a bird for one. But I'm going to take Tanuk. Let's play some green red. Soul of Windgrace is interesting, but I don't want to play the Jund Mill deck. Let's play Tanuk. Oh, and there's a Carry Zev. I'm here for it. There's a Remand, a Thieving Aven as well. There's also a Cosmic Sovereign, which is interesting to me. The Carry Zev, I think, is probably a little bit more what I'm looking to be doing. A little bit. Well, I mean, Cosmic Sovereign's pretty insane. This just is card advantage. That creature gains haste, exile it, so it gets exiled. I think I'm going to take the Carries up. When in doubt, take the smaller card. After that, we're going to probably take the Wooded Foothills. Titan of Industry is interesting, Scrap Shooter is interesting, and Sirach is also interesting. I mean, it's not really that interesting. It's a 4-mana 5/4 that can sometimes give haste. I feel like that's kind of conditional, so like, eh. I do want the Wooded Foothills. I wouldn't mind Titan of Industry, like I said, or the Scrap Shooter. But lands are going to be good. Honestly, Titan of Industry might be it. Let's take the Wooded Foothills. I like getting lands early, and I like having lands. I really am just like a freaking property baron over here. I don't know where, like, where this can go, where my like obsession with cool lands is. Like, I'm probably going to be playing some crazy lands commander deck. That's my goal, I think, right now. But I don't pay much attention to commander, and I honestly probably should spend more time in that. I love Cunning Azure Scale. I also like Impetuous Lootmonger, though. Discard a card in Heist. We missed the Thieving Aven. The Jet Collector is also very interesting to me, not gonna lie. But the Impetuous Lootmonger is in our colors already. I'm seeing some blue-black. Honestly, Jet Collector is like... Disruptive Stormbird is also good, but let's grab this Impetuous Lootmonger. Just an extremely powerful effect. You get to basically rummage, but you're always getting value. You're always getting a playable card every single time, and you're getting a choice of 3. It's like Discover. You're basically discovering from your opponent's deck, for any of my Hearthstone fans here, which is insane. Just an absolutely insane value engine. 2 mana 2/2 discard discover card. Get rid of one of your whatever cards, something that you don't need right now. And because we're playing cube, you have to assume that your opponent has good cards. Then again, you have to assume that your cards are probably generally better. Scavenger Regent, Innkeeper's Talent, and Vorinclags. There's also Generous Plunder, 2/2 Menace. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may create a treasure token. When you do, target opponent creates a tap treasure token. Kind of not about it. 3 mana 2/2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 Goblin creature token. Token gains haste until end of turn. Attacks as combat if able. Mentor. So that's pretty sick. Scavenger Regent is interesting if we are going to be in Jund, but we're not necessarily going to be in Jund. If one of our Let's take the Vorinclex for the 6/6 haster. Innkeeper's Talon is interesting. Actually, let's take Innkeeper's Talent. And we're going to take some cheap red and green things. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Plasma Bolt is interesting. General, the Bolt Bringer is interesting. This is a pinger for when anything enters, which is interesting. There's also a Thragtusk, so like we could just take a Thragtusk. Ooh, and now, see, Tear Asunder, Boseiju Who Endures. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land. Once Upon a Time is also interesting, but Amara, like, we could just be in Naya. And I'm kind of here for being in Naya, you know? So let's do it. Let's be in Naya, and let's go really hard on making sure that our lands are good for it. Create X map tokens where X is the number of opponents you control an artifact. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature value, put it in your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. There's a 5-mana Vorinclex. Enter, search your library for up to 2 forest cards. Reveal them, put them in your hand, then shuffle. Yeah, we're going to take that. Getaway Gleamer, I think is probably what we're going to take here. Gives us a nice little bounce effect. There's a Cosmic Sovereign that came. Also, Leyline Binding came around. Flash, the spell costs 1 less for each basic land type. We're not playing black, so let's take the Leyline Binding. Cosmic Sovereign's really interesting to me, but we already have 2 5-drops. Leyline Binding gives us some interaction and removal. This card's really good, though. We're gonna I talked myself out of what I wanted, and we're not going to talk about it. Gideon, Ally, Zendikar. We're just going to go all in on being Naya, and we're going to go all in on trying to fix this up. We're looking at a pretty high curve right now. But we're looking, I will say, Sun Spirit Kirin, I think is what we're going to take. Sun Pearl Kirin, not Sun Spear. I had a comment in one of my recent videos that was talking about drafting for power, basically. Well, it was talking specifically about Emberclean, but I've took it to mean drafting for power early. This is a really powerful pack 1. The Tanook, I do want to get some more like fetches so that Tanook can actually do some things. Maybe get some more ramp. We'll see what we actually get. I'd like to see a Birds. I'd like to see an Ignoble Hierarch. Like, let me see Birds and a Noble. Restoration Angel is interesting. Restoration Angel actually might be in the deck. Something going on the sideboard. All right. Let's see what we got here. Caretakers. There's an Arid Mesa and a Temple Garden. I do think I'm going to probably just take the Temple Garden. There is an Arid Mesa, which I would like. But there's only 2 copies of each Shockland, and I think this is the pack to pick up all the lands. And I'd like to have, like, let's set the goal at 6 or 7 lands. Like, minimum we want 6 or 7 because there are so many. So let's, like, go out of our way to make it happen. Temple Garden's good here. I would take Lush Portico, but we'll look. That's going to be the only Lush Portico to come around. But I want the Shock first. Deals 4 damage to anything. There's an Elegant Parlor, though. An Elegant Parlor is kind of what we're looking for. There's a Deeproot Wayfinder, which is interesting. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, surveil 1, then return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So you're able to kind of surveil and then put a land back. Very, very interesting to play early if you're able to get in with it. But, like I said, we want the lands, so let's get the lands right. That 2-drop might be relatively replaceable. Here we're looking at something like Pia or Sarah. I think we're looking at Sarah. The Scalding Tarn is interesting, but the Sarah Paragon, flying 3/4, once during each of your turns, you may play a land card from your graveyard or cast a permanent spell with mana value 3 or less. So if you play this on 4 without playing a land, you can play a land from your graveyard if you have enough tapped. So let's grab it. And let's continue to worry about lands, because there are none in here. Uh-oh. We're going to take Fear of Missing Out, purely because if you look, we're looking pretty light down here, and we don't want to be light down there. The Rampaging Raptor and the Goblin Rabblemaster are probably both a little bit better. Timeless Witness is super cool, but we need that early game. At least some, and we don't have very much interaction as it is right now. Toby Beastie Befriender is interesting for us. Ephemerate is also somewhat interesting. Like, we don't have very many of the like enters effects. Toby gives us an enter effect, so let's get Toby right now. There's also a Bristleback Farmer, but we don't need more force. The Restoration of Aganjo. I'd like to pick up 2 more lands in this pack, or in this, round. How do we refer to this in draft? Nihiland. Exactly what we want. I will say, Wolf Willow Haven is interesting to me. Molten Exhale is very interesting to me. Chandra. Honestly, Felia is very interesting to me as well. Sirach Elusive Hunter, but we're taking the land. That's not even close. There's a Kogla and an Insidious Fungus and a Blade Spicer. Honestly, the Insidious Fungus is kind of what we're here for, but the Captivating Crossroads, just being any color, is pretty good for us. We already have good fetchable lands. And honestly, we're looking really good with playables too. But let's take the Insidious Fungus. Insidious Fungus is a really good card. Watley, Voice, Territorial, Flooded Strand, Hired Claw. We're going to take the Voice of Resurgence. Green-white for a 2/2. Whenever your opponent casts a spell during your turn, or when this creature dies, create a green-white elemental creature token with this token's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. It's like a Thragtusk. You get a token. That's pretty cool. And it's a 2-drop, which is exactly what we want. We're going to take the Lush Portico and not really think about anything else. The Tersa Light Shatter, Hellrider, Caretaker's Talent. Honestly, whenever one or more tokens you control enters, draw a card. We don't have very many tokens. I mean, I just took a token. We have a Toby. But we're going to take the land. Honestly, when this creature enters, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature can't attack or block. It can return the Insidious, the Sunspear, the Fear of Missing Out, the Lootmonger. So, like, let's take it. Their Voice of Resurgence. Like, there's a bunch of good things in there. I don't know if it'll end up being useful, but, like, it's playable. The Rabblemaster. Let's take the 4 mana. Ooh. We're gonna take the Channel Dragonfire for some interaction. Alright, we got a Craterhoof in here. We also have a Garruk. We do have a Stomping Ground, which is kind of what I'm looking at here. There's also a Lightning Bolt and a Journey to Nowhere. I actually do really like the Journey to Nowhere. I do like the Stomping Ground a lot, though. we'll hopefully get a chance for some other lands. Let's take the Journey to Nowhere because it's a very powerful removal spell in this format. There's a Path as well, and a Quick Beast Amulet. Flame Sash, yeah, and a Sunfall. I'm less on the Sunfall plan, mainly because I've got a bunch of stuff. But we are heavy on the white. We still are looking for lands. But let's take the Path to Exile. They get a land, I'm not too worried about it. There's a Grenzo Crooked Jailer. I want that so bad right now. Can I splash a black card? Can I get enough lands in the back half right now to splash this? Otherwise, I'm taking 6 Bloodstained Lurrus Wandering Emperor. Yeah, we're grabbing that. With that said, we're going to grab a Marsh Flats. Atali is very interesting. I would like to take Atali. I'd also like to take Nissa or a Jewel Mine Overseer, but we're going to take lands now. And I don't think it's really hard for me to make that decision. I think we're going to cut the... Wait, how is... Put this out here. How'd that happen? Sylvan Caryatid's going to go on the deck. I'm extremely excited about that. What are we going to cut with that one? Probably the Sunspear Kieran, in all honesty. No, 16-7. We're pretty heavy white. We got some green in there. We got a little bit of red. I mean, we're pretty heavy all 3 colors. Blood Crypt. There's a Windswept Heath, which I would really like, but we're going to take the Blood Crypt to kind of get us in the red-black for Grenzo. Can be fetched with Marsh Flats. Yeah. I'm going to take another Marsh Flats. It's not really close. Remember the Mardu Thunderkite? There's also a Forsaken Crossroads. If you weren't the starting player, untap. It's a chosen color one, but there's also a Lightning Helix, which is pretty good, but we're going to take the land. Stomping Ground, easy pick. Godless Shrine is interesting. We already have a black land. The Stomping Ground does not get fetched by Marsh Flats, but it does give us the green-red. We don't have a green-red fetch right now. If there were a fetch land in here, I would go get one. It's blue, we're not really worried about that. We are kind of worried about the Quick Beast Amulet, though. I mean, do we want another red-white land? Not really. I don't think we're going to play the Quick Beast Amulet, though. Day of Judgment? Ruby Collector would be interesting. Deals 4 damage to any target. Like, that's pretty good. Oh, and the Nissa came back? We will 100% take the Nissa. Seasoned Pyromancer we will also take. We're going to put this in the sideboard. We're going to have to do some things here. We're going to have to cut some of these 3-drops, that's for sure. So, we have 1, 2, 3 fetches. Yeah, we're not playing that. We are 100% playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can this fetch green? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red sources. Great. This can fetch white untapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 white sources. Going up on white sources. What are we at? We're at 17 lands here. Okay, cool. What are we going to be cutting here? We need to cut 3 cards. Nissa, Tanuk. What was the... There was something I got. Knight of the Reliquary. This creature gains +1/+1 for each land card in your graveyard. Sacrifice a forest or plain. Search for a land card. Like, that's interesting, but we don't have much return land. We're looking at 18-8. What is our removal looking like? Ghostfire Slice, Channel Dragonfire, Path to Exile, Getaway Glamour, Journey. I think Innkeeper's Talent might be gone. But we do have some like stuff down here. I think we cut that. We hope that this is over here. You may discard a card. When you do, return target permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tab. Like, this just gives us a little bit of ramp. I think Extraction Specialist is gone. And honestly, I do think it's probably Tanuk. For a first pick, Tanuk, and for how many lands? Did I get my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got to 10 non-basics. We're splashing 1 black card. We're playing a 4-color, no blue. Oh, this is my favorite draft archetype. 4-color, no something. I'm kind of here for this. I think the Getaway Glamour might be our cut. It's a nice bounce effect, but like, what are we bouncing? I mean, there's some good stuff to bounce in here. Let's get rid of Tanuk. We're done. We're doing it. 4-color, no blue. Can we go all the way? Gone wild. Gone crazy. Mistakes were made. Police were called. Got swatted. Girlfriend left me. I don't know other keywords. Fogo, the virtuous. Okay, Gandalf. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to keep 7. I think that goes in the graveyard. Honestly, I mean, maybe it stays on top because we got 2 good things to bounce with it. Let's leave it. I don't know how I feel about that. Mark Ascendant. When this creature enters, discard a card. Do I discard the Seasoned Pyromancer? Or do I discard the Thragtusk? I think I discard the Thragtusk. Heist, a Glissa, a Sarah, or a Titan. Let's discard. One deals combat damage to a player. Choose one. First strike and death touch. Let's choose the Glissa. Just because it's going to stop all of his aggression. No locks. Yeah, we got a 3/3 first strike death toucher. You gonna remove it? There. I'm gonna have this enter, and I think it's going to be white. I think I'm gonna untap it. I'm gonna have... Yeah, I'm gonna untap it, and then I'm gonna Ghost Fire Slice to destroy that. And then I'm gonna play this. Autopay. And I'm gonna no attacks. I do think I can remove this. He's gotten some really good value out of it. Green Sun Zenith for 4. What you got for 4? Hopefully not something too scary. Sirach is scary. They gonna do something? I'm gonna do both. Exile target non-token creature. Did that not work? Did I do it wrong? I think I did it wrong. So I think I'm unlucky here. Yeah, that was unlucky. We're gonna concede that one. So it targeted... I should have probably read what it was saying, but I think I was just getting confused. Ugh. Interesting. Okay. And this is my worry. But we shall see. Big Mary the Mighty. I'm so confident in this deck. And this is a gray hand. Yay! That card is so freaking creepy looking. I gotta respect Wizards for this, like, the art style of this whole set.
Finally, a world that appreciates my talents.
I got 3 lands in a row. I'll take it. Okay, is there a way for me to get everything in there? I don't think there is, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this. I'm going to pay 2 life. I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to play this. And then I'm going to play this. I'm going to auto pay with all of those. When this comes into play, I'm going to draft. I'm going to easily use 2 basic land cards. That's pretty good, but I want to take the Conclave Tribunal. I am going to attack the Nissa, or the Ashiok. Make him think that he needs to protect it, because if he thinks that he needs to protect it, then he's going to protect it. And he should. The Blood Crypt being gone with my 2 Marsh Flats. It's kind of crazy. So, what we're gonna do... I'm gonna do this, like this on this. What do we want to get here? I do need double red. I've got 1 white. I'm going to go get a thing. So let's just grab a red. And then let's play a Nissa. Next, we're gonna all attack and take out the Ashiok. And if they've got a board wipe, that kind of sucks, but we're able to follow up with a Cosmic Sovereign. Conclave's Tribunal answers pretty much anything. Amara, Voice of the Conclave, is an absolutely amazing card. That's pretty nice. So I 100% play this. It deals 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker and you gain 1 life. Deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. I'm gonna end my turn right there. What am I missing in here? I got a creature, an instant, a land. I need a sorcery or something. I'm scared of Let's journey to nowhere. And then we're just gonna activate this ability a whole bunch. That was a good one. Yay! I don't even know what I got. That was a cool card, I know. 1-1. Let's do it. He's lucky Grenzo didn't come down. Grenzo is ready to play ball, so to speak. And Grenzo don't play when he play ball. I don't really know what Grenzo does. Honestly, he is a confusion. But I know we're gonna keep this. And this is gonna fetch us. And we're not gonna wait for it. We have to play into what he's obviously got countered spell here. Yeah. I will pop this to draw a card. Especially if they're not going to do anything. You got a counter? Hit me with it. I'm gonna hit every single one of your counters until I get Grenzo down. That's the thing. Discard a card. End turn. Card. Take that one. Let's surveil. I'll leave that on top. Auto pay it. You get your land, but I get to kill it. Alright. You got a counter for the Grenzo? on a target spell, target player draws a card. I got your Sublime Epiphany out. I'll take it. Gonti. Reveal the top card. If it's only in pair, put on the elevators, put it into your hand.
I will do what is necessary. Forced my hand.
You may cast this card from your graveyard for 7. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is that creature's power, then exile this spell. So I can tap for 5. Got Thieving Amen, which is enough to hit Nissa down. The Jace is gonna flip and get Sublime Epiphany. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control.
Protect as many people as possible.
I might be in an unlucky spot here. Honestly, that Sarah was really good for him. Yeah,
See how all this
that's what I
connects
expected, the Sublime Epiphany. I think he might be too far ahead with resources for us to do much right now. And then we can hit his, I think we hit his real one. I don't think swinging at the Jace is really going to help us with anything here. No attacks. I probably should have held on to that plane so that we could discard it. I didn't even think about that. Time warp. Good game. Yeah, they're going to be able to Jace neg on the time warp to go again, draw 3 cards from my deck. I'm getting 1 card for my turn. That's not a game we win, brothers. Not a game we win, I don't think, sadly. But we can try again, and we can run it right back. The thing that I'm noticing in 4-colored no blue is that 4-colored no blue, we don't have any of the like big draw dig effects. I think we need to get a little bit more on the like card advantage end. But maybe that's just the way that I'm playing. We're gonna keep this easy peasy. Leave that on top so that we can play it next turn. Back for the GP. Pay 2 life. So we can carry it to your turn. Next turn we'll Insidious Fungus and Amara. We're playing against another blue-black deck. The blue-black Thieving deck. What you gonna take? You gonna take the Grenzo? It's a little early, but I think he probably takes the Amara. The Getaway Glimmer is what's gonna get him, but we're gonna do all 3 of these things. We're gonna discard Amara. We're going to get a Brain Surge. Heck yeah, we are. Impetuous Lootmonger, I think, gives us a little bit more value. I'm still here for the Getaway Gleamer, though. Ooh. So we are going to draw 4 cards. And we're going to put Path to Exile. Honestly, Path to Exile and Journey back. I've done that. We're gonna play this. We're gonna tap to sack, and then we're gonna bring in the Elegant Parlor, because when that enters, we're gonna be able to put that Marsh Flats in the graveyard, and then we are going to get in for 3, and then next turn we're gonna be able to play the Grenzo. Unless they've got a counterspell. If they've got a counterspell, we're not gonna do it. That's a lot of value that they're gonna get. But I'm not sure I like the value. Okay, yeah, you're gonna get it. You're gonna seek a card. That's fine. We are going to Grenzo. Oh. What? Yeah, we're gonna take the Sublime Epiphany. Just because that's insane. It doesn't get cast for free, which I'm a little bit worried about. But like also he's playing for value right now, so me getting low is not really the biggest deal. Like he's the blue-black control deck. And it loses all abilities. Oh no. I'm 100% going to Restoration Angel the Grenzo. No blocks. One, two, three, four, five, six. Are you gonna? You're going to counter target spell. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control and target player draws a card. So we are countering target spell. Target non-land permanent. Target a non-land permanent. Target a creature you control. Target a player. That was a whole lot. Choose a legendary permanent that you wish to keep. All others will go to their owner's graveyard. When this enters, heist target opponent's library. Leave the battlefield, go for the Stroat. Beaming Haven.
I do hope you make this battle exciting for me. No way but mine. My cats give necromancy is a lot like plucking turnips.
At the beginning of your main phase, if you gain 4 or more life this turn, conjure a card. We're gonna heist this card. We're gonna cast that for free. If you weren't the starting player, you may untap it instead. We are going to play this. We're going to play this. We're going to next. We're going to attack that, and then we're going to attack that.
My army has been destroyed.
6. Aww. End turn. I don't think there's any reason for me to play anything else. Play your board wipe if you've got it. Oh, sorry. Waiting on me. Look at those hands. Incognate. Darken. Sure. Incubate X, create an incubator token with X, 1/1 counters on it. And 2, transform this artifact. It transforms into a 0/0 Phyrexian artifact creature. So you basically get to create a whole bunch of whatevers. Sure, what are you going to target? Sure. Go for the throat. Auto pay. Take the action. Good game. I did have fun in that match. We'll see what happens in the next one. I'm not promising to continue to have fun here. But I did have a little bit of an enjoyable time with that one. Overall, I've been really enjoying this Arena Cube. The alchemy cards, I think, are pretty insane. I'd be interested in checking out alchemy. I don't know how it works really, or what decks are there, if it's like a competitive format or what. It's just fun to play. Two, three, four. We'll keep. The way we want to do this, we can't fetch black red, so we want to fetch we're probably gonna fetch the Triome. We're gonna fetch Triome, and then we're gonna grab like Stomping Ground. No, we're gonna grab Portcullis. Whenever it deals combat, you may cast target non-land permanent card from that player's graveyard. Pretty insane. We're gonna activate that ability. Ooh. We're gonna pop that, and we're gonna get the Temple Garden. A 1/1. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get in for 2. I have a 3/3 elemental. We're gonna attack with both. We're gonna discard. The Grenzo's so good, but the Grenzo and probably the Nissa. We've got 4. Yeah, we'll leave that on top. We do want that 5th land eventually. 3-tree battalion. Uh-oh. Dark Confidant. 2 Dark Confidants. just gonna get in. Yeah. And they're gonna gain 2 or whatever. I'm gonna create a treasure token and exile the top card of that player's library. At the beginning or end step, if your player lost 4 more life, put a 1/1 count. Nice. And create some tokens. That's pretty cool. When it enters, you may search your library for a forest. I'm gonna do it, and then I'm going to cast this with dash. And I'm gonna get in there. Yeah, you got a night token. Yep. On 7, but we're running you out of resources slowly but surely. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Yeah, so I'm just gonna attack with everything. Go to blockers. What you got? Yeah, you got some Death Toucher. Resolves. Resolves. And then let's play a 5/3 that gains us 5. Hello. You get to surveil 1, not bad. What was that draw? Flying, Death Touch, Lifelink, Portable Hold to get rid of a token. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Good game. If he would have gained that life, I wouldn't have had enough to kill him, so he would have had another turn. But with the bounce, he doesn't gain enough life, so bada bing, bada boom. We're looking at 3-2. Not a bad record for this deck, honestly. This little Naya brew we got going on, I'm here for it. Now it's fingers up, fingers crossed we can keep up that good luck. The gank. Pack leader. A little bit risky. Opponent goes first. We'll see. We're gonna choose. We already got white. We already got red. We already got green. We're gonna want a second red though. gonna scry one. And we're gonna put Cosmic Cyclone down. Sweet lands. We are going to play impetuously. We are going to discard probably the mountain. Honestly, we're going to discard the plains. Buried in that garden. Exile target non-land permanent you don't control. I'll take the buried in the garden. Because that's an interesting card. You may discard a card. When you do, return target permanent card. I want to see if this works on the discarded card. Yeah, it does. That's sick. That's pretty good. I like that card. It's better than I thought it was.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
I'm gonna hit the Gilded Goose. When you draw your investigate. So I want to play, I think I want to hit the Luminarch Ascendant because that's going to get really annoying really quickly. So let's hit it. And then let's hit this. Enters tapped. No attacks. Next turn, we can play Restoration Angel. Yeah, that can attack this turn. Next turn we can Buried in the Garden to take out one of the others. Which I think we'll do to take out probably the Architect of Restoration. Or the Tamino, if the Tamino is still around. No attacks. No blocks. Transform your Camille.
Every plane has stories to share. Respect the library.
Auto pay to play the Amara. And then when Amara enters, whenever this creature enters, look at the top 6. You may reveal up to 2 creature cards with mana value extra this way. Interesting. Okay. Create a bunch. Put a 1 on top of each creature that invoked it. So I can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna end turn with that. Because next turn we will be able to... yeah, that was nice. Take that action. We're gonna go get a... we got a bunch of forests, we got a bunch of mountains, so let's get a forest. Submit one. Yeah, I think we're gonna Grenzo next turn. And hopefully Grenzo gets there. No blocks for the 4/5.
Use your words.
Yeah, okay. Completely untapped. One, two, three, four, five. Let's Grenzo. Let's just do it. Let's see what they have. If they've got it, they've got it. They don't. Okay, cool. They probably got something to remove it in response, which fair. Get lost. 2, 3, so I can do it for 2. Yeah, that resolves. View the battlefield. Do we take a no more lies or a thieving haven? I think we take a no more lies. And we've got 2. Yeah, we're just not gonna do anything here. We're gonna hold both back. No attacks. End turn. Draw cards equal to half the number of cards in your library roundup. You get an emblem with, you have no maximum hands. So they've got a bunch to do. We might be in a rough spot with this Tamiya. Yep.
Respect the library.
We're gonna cast no more lies on that. We're gonna auto. We're gonna create another tap treasure token. Pay for it. Cool. So what we can do then? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna sacrifice this to add red and activate this thing's ability. I'm gonna play the Lush Portico. I'll leave that on top. Summon 4/4. Tap during your turn, untap it and put a 1. This ability triggers haste spells. You have another excuse for put it. All attacks. We're gonna go here. And we're gonna leave this one back. 3 attackers. If he's got removal, I'm dead.
If you show
Put target
remorse,
non-land permanent. Hit it.
I'll show respect.
Concede. Good game. You got me. That was an interesting one. Not the biggest fan of 4-color, no blue. I like 4-color, no green a little bit better, I think. But let's see what we got. Oh, Legolas. Street Riot. Fury, Calm, Snarl. Not bad, not bad. Thanks so much for joining me on this draft today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Join me for tomorrow's draft. And, yeah. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.